Hello, Internet. It is I, Malik Aaron, and we're going to be talking about Shane Dawson. And there's a lot to talk about. Now, for those of you who are unaware or who don't know, I've made videos on YouTubers before, particularly, YouTubers who have done controversial or terrible things. I made like 5 videos on Monday and Matt like 2 years ago. I made videos on the whole Pro Jared and Peanut Butter Gamer situation, but I deleted those once everything came out. And I recently did a video on Susie Lou, right? But this one's different because of all the people I've talked about, Shane is by far and away the biggest when it comes to a subscriber base, when it comes to exposure. And yeah, the stuff that's been going on with him is just horrible. So, you're probably going to need some context. Who is Shane? Who is Shane Dawson? Well, Shane is an OG YouTuber. He's been around since the early days of YouTube, like since 2006, I believe. And, through his long career, he's changed his content numerous times. I remember seeing his videos where he just basically ate food, like ate like Lunchables and stuff. And then after that, he morphed into this whole documentary series that he did on certain people. Like he did it on Tana, did it on Jake Paul, did it on Jeffree Star, some others. And I remember those videos getting insane levels of hype. I remember back in college, people were openly talking about how excited they were about his Jake Paul documentary. Like, it was that big. Yeah, and then I lost interest in him for about a year, and then this story dropped, and I had to talk about it because it's very bad. So you're probably wondering, what happened? What did Shane do that was so bad? Well, Shane got canceled, as many people have been canceled quite recently. Recently, Jenna Marbles got canceled because of some, I think it was blackface jokes she made like 10, 8, 9 years ago. And the hate got so bad that she ended up quitting YouTube, which I don't agree with. I think what happened to her was unfair because, the stuff she did like 10 years ago doesn't reflect her now. And the fact that so many people canceled her, like this whole cancel culture thing, it just it just makes me ill. I hate cancel culture. I'm not a fan of it. But in this case, I think it's deserved because Shane has done some really disturbing and disgusting things that I don't think he can redeem himself this time. So, yeah, this is going to be multiple parts. So, this is the video he made 5 days ago, taking accountability, where it was basically an apology video. And you know how YouTuber apology videos go. A lot of them are, um, they're not very genuine. That's what I meant to say. A lot of YouTuber apology videos, Logan Paul being like the most infamous one after the whole, Japanese suicide forest incident. Like a lot of these apology videos feel very fake. They feel disingenuous. They feel scripted. They try to manipulate you with like the tears rolling down your eyes and using certain words and using the sigh. I think one of the better apology videos was from PewDiePie, personally, because he didn't do any of that. He was direct. He said, hey, I was wrong. I did a terrible thing. He fully admitted to it. He didn't try to blame anybody else. He knew it was his own fault. And then everybody moved on. But for Shane, that's not really happening because his career is imploding right now. But let's look at this taking accountability video. Let's look at the like to dislike ratio. I'm not going to look at the whole video, just the like to dislike ratio. Because it's quite telling. Uh, Waiting for this to load. My phone's being real slow recently, which is annoying. Da, da, da. Da, da, da. Yeah, you can see other videos about this in the beauty community. Okay, here it is. Look at that like to dislike ratio. That is abysmal. That is god awful. It's 585,000 likes versus 437,000 dislikes. That's not a good ratio. You never want to have a ratio like that. So, yeah, that's not a good image. Yeah, everybody's made videos on him. It is just video after video after video after video. And it's even reached a mainstream news site. So you know it's bad when you reach that level. But it gets worse. Because you see, oh, he has 22 million subscribers. Like, he still has a lot of subscribers. But the thing is, let's go to Social Blade. He had 23 million subscribers before all this went down. And as you see here, look at that. This was like Friday. He lost 100K subscribers and another 100K, and then another one. And then 27th, this is important. Look at that. You're probably wondering, he lost 1 billion views? How do you do that? Well, you have to either delete, privatize, unlist those videos, and that's what he did. Which, when you do that much, it's very noticeable, and it is not a good look. And look at this. He's been losing subscribers. He's lost about 1 million subscribers in like just a few days. It's kind of like James Charles, what happened with him last year. In fact, he's also an important part of this story because the whole thing with James Charles last year has now come back this year with it's him and Jeffree Star and Tati and Shane. It's just a whole big kerfuffle. It's just, ugh, I don't want to talk about it because it's so stupid. You got all these adults and yet they're all acting like teenagers. It's really sad and pathetic. And so you're wondering, what's the main thing people are canceling Shane over? What's the main thing? Well, it involves an old video with Willow Smith, the daughter of Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith, and the sister of Jaden Smith. You all probably know who they are. I mean, Will Smith has a YouTube channel, so you all know who he is. From the YouTube Rewind 2018 memes. But this video with Shane and Willow, I don't want to show it. I don't want any of you to see it because I'm pretty sure if I did, the video would get taken down immediately. I'll probably get a community guideline strike or something. And although I haven't seen the video, I've heard descriptions and I'd rather not watch it because it just sounds really, really just disgusting and just ugh. So the video, I'm gonna just tell you, the video showed Shane when he was younger. I believe it was he was near a Willow Smith poster, and apparently he was, I don't know how to say this. Screw it. He was jacking it off to that poster. And the thing about that is that Willow at the time was 11 years old and Shane was an adult. I don't know if you heard me the first time. But that poster of Willow, at the time she was 11 years old and Shane, who was supposedly beating his meat to that poster, was a fully grown adult. I'm gonna let that sink in for a few seconds. I just want that to sink in for you. Now there are many, 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 many things wrong with that, and A lot of them are super obvious. Like, everyone should know that doing something like that is not normal. And I know Shane back in the day, he had like this edgy humor vibe, but like, how is that funny? Like, that's not funny. That is sickening. And Willow's family, particularly Jaden and Jada Pinkett Smith, they rightfully called him out on this behavior. They went after him on Twitter, and because of that, the hammer went down on Shane's YouTube channel, because apparently YouTube, they have demonetized all three of his channels, so he can no longer make any money off them. And then if you think it couldn't get worse, it has. Shane's lost some brand deals, particularly at Target, where his books were being sold and whatnot. Yeah, they pulled him off. They took him away. They're like, no, we don't want to support him anymore. And honestly, I wouldn't want to support him either. So yeah, Shane's in a bad spot right now. He's in a very bad spot. And I know there was a live video that happened about a couple days ago where it didn't make him look any better. In fact, it may have made him worse, where he was reacting to the whole thing with, I think it was Tati. And the way he reacted, he was like so angry about it, and just like that nice guy Shane that you see in most of the videos. Yeah, that's not the real Shane Dawson. That's a character. That's a fake. Because I think the real Shane Dawson's coming out to everybody, and nobody likes him, and nobody should like him. So yeah, this is all really, really, really bad for Shane. And I don't feel 1 ounce of sympathy towards him, because what he did was wrong, and now he's paying the consequences for it. And now there have been times where, let's say, Pro Jared last year, where he got into some extreme hot water, where he got canceled. I made videos about him that I ended up deleting. But eventually he was able to redeem himself. He was able to survive that cancellation. I don't think that's going to happen with Shane. I think the damage is just too severe at this point. And I don't think anyone's going to want to collaborate with him or be associated with him. At least for a couple months, maybe. Because when your story, like, if it's just like a small YouTube drama thing and it just stays on YouTube or even Twitter, that's one thing. But when you reach, like, mainstream media sites like Entertainment Tonight, Clever News, you're screwed. You are screwed. Everybody knows about it now, and there's nothing you can do about it. So, and I know probably some Shane fans are going to dislike this video. They're going to defend him no matter what, because that's what stans are. These are stans. They will defend someone even if they've done the most heinous, horrific thing. Like, I remember when Logan Paul, with the whole Suicide Forest incident, people defended him. His fans defended him for that, even though no one should. Like, if people can defend him for that, I'm pretty sure people will defend Shane Dawson for this. And those people who will defend him no matter what, I'd like to just think about what you're doing. Think about who you are supporting. Okay? And then ask yourself, should I support this person? Should I support someone who has made jokes? Well, I'm going to put them in air quotes. Jokes. Like that? Like, do you think that's okay? Do you think that's cool? That's fine? Like, that's normal? Because it sure as hell ain't normal to me or millions of other people. So, yeah, I'm just getting real angry about this, because it's just, because I know this is going to have some effect on YouTube, because when someone as big as Shane gets canceled, then that's going to lead to a whole ripple effect across YouTube. It might lead to another apocalypse or something. And people thought the whole drama between Keemstar and H3H3 would cause another apocalypse. No, I think this might because it's much bigger and a lot more serious than just like a petty squabble between Keemstar and Ethan. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on the whole Shane Dawson controversy. I don't think Shane's going to bounce back from this. And I have no real sympathy for him. I think he crossed the line. Because when it comes to being canceled, like if it's for something like saying something stupid in the past or having a bad take, or like that's all minor stuff. But when it has anything to do with children, apparently he did something else with like a 6-year-old girl on Instagram. I haven't looked into it that much, but I've heard it's just as bad as this. When it comes to that stuff, that I'm just done. Like you should be done. Like I'm finished. Like I don't care what happens to Shane at this point. I don't care if his whole YouTube channel gets deleted. I don't care. Because what he did was horrible, and the fact that you know his true colors are now starting to come out to everybody. It's I'm just done with him. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Shane. Let me know your thoughts about the situation. What do you think? Do you think Shane deserves to be canceled? Do you think this is all overblown? You already know what I think. Uh, Let me know. And yeah, that's it. That's all. I am out, and I'm probably gonna think this whole situation is gonna get worse, but who knows? I mean, it's 2020. How much worse can it get? Yeah. So I'm done. Bye. Out. Peace.